Hello and welcome to Cybercast Episode 46, the Transformer Video Podcast, the #1 ranked on YouTube. My name is Josh, also known as G1 Hexatron. You can find me at Twitter and YouTube, G1 Hexatron, and on Facebook, the G1 Hexatron. Go ahead and like my Facebook if you'd like. I'm joined with my co-hosts Dakota and Jaim, so why don't you guys go and introduce yourselves?
I'm Dakota. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter at Primal Sabbath, all one word. And Josh, did you almost say episode 47 by accident just there?
You know what?
I like calling you out.
I think I said 46, and I intended to say 46 all the time.
So that
is it 47? Am I totally wrong here?
Boys, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's 46.
Okay. If I got it wrong, it would not surprise me. That's why, like, on my title in Google, the very first thing is I have no idea what I'm talking about. So.
Nice. That works. All right, I'll introduce myself. I'm Jaim. You can find me at YouTube and Twitter at VictorySaber77.
All right. Guys, before we get started, a couple things that wanted to kind of, cover. Again, like we mentioned last episode, kind of looking for a female's perspective on the Cybercast, whether you're a Transformer collector or you have a significant other that is a Transformer collector. How do you kind of deal with that? Or if you are the collector, just kind of like to hear their perspective. Second thing is on episode 52. That's going to be our 1-year anniversary. So I think you could have 10 people in Hangouts, right? It's either 9 or 10. I'd like to have some of the old people that we've had on, previous Cybercasts and stuff like that on. So I'm going to get with them, see if they want to come on, and also some of the people that come on Dakota's Aftercastathon or whatever he titles that thing. So
it is my world of chaos. I shall do as I please.
Do you want to go ahead and announce that, like what time and how people they can get on there?
Oh yeah, the Aftercast, it got canceled. No, it didn't get canceled. We'll be doing just after podcast hours kind of hangout. Starts at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time of the United States of America.
It's central. All you have to say is Central Standard Time. There's not like a central.
Look, there's a centralized standard time somewhere in another country. Okay.
I don't believe so.
You're wrong. Cause I mean, do you live there? Do you live there? Okay, you don't live there.
No, but I have the internet and I look it up. So.
Oh, you have the internet, Mr. Wikipedia.
Gonzatron, what's up, man?
So there is that, and also looking for that Super Bowl tomorrow, Omaha. God. The end. I'm gonna scream Omaha all night tonight. So,
oh please,
dude,
don't.
Omaha. You're
Jaim,
gonna say something on the news, and I'm just gonna scream Omaha.
Jaim, any hauls this week, man?
A few. I picked up Energon Quick Strike, which is pretty cool. Wanted that Ed 209 that you have back there, but could not locate him.
He is nice. He is
You
nice.
get the Hot Toys version, James. You can
Sure.
manage that.
Yeah. Okay. And then I got my last Holy Grail from the Brave series. I got 7 Changer, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Nice.
Sweet. This week, all I got was Ed 209, but probably Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to be having that Takara collection. You said Megatron?
Yeah, but the Takara collection #6. It's like the book collection or whatever.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to have to get someone to take a picture. I'm going to have Browning in my ankle, put him in my sock as like my little side piece. I'm going to have my 2 G1 Megatrons just walking around with 2 guns.
I'm assuming you have like the stock and the scope and the silencer for your other one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well this one didn't come with it.
What?
No, I'm just screwing with you. It came with it.
I was like, oh shit. I was probably going to leave in robot mode anyway, just because the other one's in gun.
Yeah.
Also, that Gundam, man, it's supposed to be here on Wednesday. So I pre-ordered that thing. They said I pre-ordered it back in, when was it? Like October or something like that. They said it was going to be available in November. Then they postponed it. They said it's going to be available December, then January, and it finally came in, got in stock on like January 30th or something like that. I was like, finally, dude, I'm going to get to buy my first Gundam. There's been plenty of them that I've been wanting to buy, but I've just been like, I want to see if I like this and this scale, and it's the real grade as well, 1 to 144, and see if I like that. If I do, then I'll buy more of that. If not, then I'll try something else. But I wanted to get that first one in first. So
As far as Gundam like kits go, the only kit that I have, and it's because I bought it by total accident, is the O-Riser. It's a 1/100 non-grade, I believe. And so I was like, well, crap. I thought it was the actual, not Figuarts, but Robot Spirits O-Riser to go with my Robot Spirits Gundam 7 sword, or 00 or whatever. So now I gotta go buy a 1/100 grade model kit for the, 00 7 sword Gundam. So now I'm just kind of like, but it was fun building it.
Yeah, I have the Gundam Wing 1 in 1/44 scale bigs, and they're pretty good. But I just got tired of putting them together and whatnot, so I just bought the Robot Spirit stuff.
So this is gonna be my first one, so we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah. And we have Jay, Dalton, and Optimus Barrett Prime all joining us. Dalton says, "Woohoo, go Broncos, Omaha!"
I'm going for the Seahawks, even though
Seahawks,
my uncle, he's got, I think he said, he didn't tell me how much, but he's got money on the Broncos. I believe Broncos are favored by 3 points. I think it's what the spread is.
If Seahawks quarterback screams something really cool like Omaha every time the ball hiked, I'd probably be going for them too. But dude, Omaha.
Great. It's gonna be one of them nights, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those.
Well, save that for your aftercast, Tom. That would get annoying. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started.
Right? Or did I just not get anything? No.
What?
Did you get anything?
Yeah, I have BotCon 2009 Leo Zach, and Planet X PX02 Kalis, however you want to pronounce that. Not Swoop. False Artron Swoop should be here Monday, and I'm hoping Leo Zach will be here Wednesday.
What the heck is going on here? It's not screen sharing.
The mushrooms are kicking in.
Let me see if I can figure this out. So,
do you have pop-ups blocked? The little pop-up blocker show up?
No.
That was working before we went online.
Yeah, it was.
Look at me, I can screen share.
Cool.
All right, well, then, you know what I'm going to do? Then I'm going to go to chat. I'm going to go to chat.
You're going to start sending me all the links. Awesome.
Yeah. And go ahead and start bringing this stuff up, man.
My poor little Dell's going to freaking crash, man.
Yeah, I got money on Dakota, actually. I'm getting kicked out of his hangout at least 3 times.
Yeah,
today.
now...
You know what? If we do get kicked, then I can just restart it, guys. But
Wow.
Go ahead and start screen sharing because I'm waiting on you. I just sent it to you in chat.
Oh, dude, so I thought you were just going to start sending me links.
Yeah, well, I sent you the first one. Go ahead and get started.
All right, well.
Rookie.
What do we got here?
Hey, it's not letting me screen share now.
All right, well, I apologize.
Hold on here.
For the live viewers then.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Can't screen share now.
All right, I'm gonna end this and I'm gonna start it right back up. So, I apologize, but it'll start right back up here in about 2 minutes.
No, it's Lyzac.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. We're actually going to put those 2 videos together in case you just saw that first part and you're watching it live. Otherwise, if you're watching in video form, it's not going to seem like you're not going to know what I'm talking about. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the screen share now that it's working. Not really sure why it wasn't. We've kind of got off of this just because there haven't been any really good deals here to go over since Christmas has came and gone. But the Platinum Edition Predaking, if you want to get this thing on Amazon.com, pretty much most of you guys know what it looks like. They're selling it for $107 with free shipping. Now, that's actually a little bit cheaper than what you can find it at places like Big Bad Toy Store and things like that. But if you look here down at the bottom, there's 35 new and the cheapest one, you've got two of them here for $89.99, and the shipping $7. You got one person with 88% positive rating, and the second person's 100%. So if you weren't able to get this and you want to find it for under $100, then there's probably your best option right there, and that's probably the cheapest you're going to be able to find it for a while. You said you had something, Dakota, about talking about G1 stuff or something like that?
Just them re-releasing the G1 cartoon again.
Oh, yeah, that's the next thing here.
God.
This is supposed to be the 30th anniversary, where they're going to have, Season 1, Season 2, Volume 1, Season 2, Volume 2, and then you're going to get Season 3 and 4, which is only 3 episodes on one. Now, this is exactly like they had it previously on,
For the 25th,
and
20th.
Also way back whenever I
Yeah.
bought it. I think even more than 10 years ago or whatever, when it came with the, I don't know, it's kind of like foil casing or whatever. But the only difference between this and with the older ones is you're going to get the little 30 for 30 or 30-year anniversary logo
30
down here.
instead of the 25 that was branded on all the Universe toys in 2008. I mean, really and truly, man, I just, this is like the 4th time we've gotten the G1 cartoon series on DVD. And
well,
you can
this
still.
is fine for people that maybe wanted to track it down. They didn't grow up during this time, or they weren't able to get that. And the only way is to pay, that extra markup on the secondary market. This is fine for them, but for someone like me, they're not giving me anything additional, so I don't care.
See, I get that. I understand all that, but Amazon still kind of has the 25th anniversary of all 4 seasons at retail, probably less than retail now. So I mean, it's there's so much they could have released. We've already gotten all 4 seasons of G1, the 3 Japanese seasons. They could have expanded into other things, such as Beast Machines, such as Zone, definitely Zone. The Japanese Beast Wars series, just so much they could have expanded to, but I just see that being a waste of money on their part. I don't see
what
them
they should have
really
done
making sales.
Was back when they re-released those for the 25th anniversary, they did the Matrix set, and they had a lot of extra features. Like they actually brought back, I think, Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, Susan Blue, all those key voice actors or whatnot. They should have release that with this set instead of having it be a part of that box set back in the day. They should have given us that extra feature. So I would actually almost be tempted to buy this if they had those extra features, but since it's not, it's just a carbon copy of what we got before. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Well, what would have been kind of cool, now that they're releasing these, and not at 30 years. I mean, it came out last year where they came out with the 3 Japanese series. It'd be kind of cool if they had some cool box set where they had these original G1s and then added in the 3 Japanese there. You're obviously not going to sell as many of those because it's a little bit more niche, and some people they just won't bother with reading subtitles. So I mean, you're not going to sell as much of them, but it'd be kind of cool to see what they would kind of put together for a box set.
Yeah, just like they did the Matrix set, like Jaim was saying. I would buy that, even though I have all 4 G1 seasons on DVD, just because it was a cool box set. They could have presented it a lot better. Also, we got a couple comments. Optimus Barrett Prime says, "Damn Google, did Josh sleep with someone from Google and not call them back or something?" Jay, you're a no. Gurr. Optimus Barrett Prime says Gurr wish they could ship Predaking to the UK. Some stuff he can get off of there, but not a wide range like that, for example. Jay said his money was on me getting kicked 5 times tonight.
And that's the over under 5 times, and that's including this one and your aftercast-a-thon.
Man, I'll be lucky.
I'm going to say under. I'm thinking 4.
Yeah.
All right, the next thing, kind of speaking of releasing a few different series here, they've also said they're coming out with the animated Season 3. What is that popping noise?
It's not me.
Stop.
I have no idea.
Animated Season 3.
This is going up for pre-order.
My opinion, the 3rd season of animated was the best, the absolute best. And honestly, since they're now offering Season 3, I think that also says they're going to be giving us a complete season box set too. Maybe I would be pretty compelled to buy that just to kind of have a complete series. Very similar to Unicron trilogy, which I think they still have to release Cybertron or Energon or something like that, or both.
I don't know. I've maybe seen like 10 minutes of one episode of one of those,
Well, I mean,
those
I'm talking
series.
about releasing them on DVD.
They've been released by Rhino back in the day, but
Oh,
yeah. But Shout Factory for some reason hasn't gone on board with getting a Cybertron out there.
Yeah, or Beast Machines or anything else anybody wants.
Yeah.
Granted, this is cool for animated fans. Again, third season of animated was the best, without
Definitely.
a doubt. So, that's cool.
All right. Hasbro's website has been hacked. So not FunPub, not their little mom and pop shop. It's actually Hasbro. So Dakota, you want to read them into this a little bit more?
I just kind of skimmed over it, but I basically memorized the gist of it. Essentially, on January 20th, or the week of, they kind of noticed that from a visitor's computer, they were catching all these like viruses and all other kinds of things, and so essentially they got hacked. So, hackers, whoever hacked them, couldn't like do the fans a solid and let us know what all's coming out. They just kind of hacked them. I'm not 100% sure on what all may have been taken, because I didn't really care to read all that. But they got
You're
hacked.
basically saying, be nice, hackers.
Yeah, please, hackers. Help the fans out.
Have a purpose.
Yeah, hackers. You're supposed to be people of the people. But in this case, you just hacked Hasbro, and
Didn't require any.
There you go. It's not really that important, but thought I'd bring it up. All right, getting into some TF4 Age of Extinction Super Bowl stuff, or just TF4 stuff. Basically, as a lot of you guys have already said, and we've said that the Super Bowl is tomorrow. Seahawks versus the Broncos.
Omaha.
This is when you're going to see, I forget how long it is. Is it 30-second TV spot?
30 seconds.
Any expectations for this? Is there something that you might be expecting? You see Grimlock here, and everyone's saying that, it's rumored that Grimlock will make an appearance.
If Grimlock's in the trailer, I at least want to see him transform so I can put a little of my worries to rest, and I want to see Drift. Like Grimlock and Drift and I guess Swoop, and maybe if there's other Dinobots, that's all I really care to see. That's all I want to see.
I want to see Galvatron.
Yeah. By the way, we got a comment from Matt Hart. Hey, what have I missed? Not much, man. Platinum Edition Predaking on the cheap, and
at Amazon.
Amazon,
get it for like $90.
And then G1 getting re-released on DVD and animated season 3, and now this. So there you go.
All right, yeah, that's about all my expectations, because it's 30 seconds, and you know that it's going to be one of those kind of almost teaser trailers. I gotta believe that it starts in to where, I don't know, going all slow with some symphony music and stuff like that, and I just don't. I'm not expecting a whole lot from
Michael Bay.
I feel like I'm gonna be like, that's it.
Michael Bay said something, I don't know if it was on his website or Twitter or something like that, but he was going to have a pre-commercial spot surprise or something like that, and a lot of people were like, well, would that be
he's saying go to his website, and he's going to be, I don't know, talking during it or something like that.
And then of course, as soon as the teaser airs on the Super Bowl, he said it's going to be available on his website. Go check that out at your own risk. If Hasbro can get hacked, I'm almost positive MichaelBay.com gets hacked. So yeah, I mean, I really just want to see Drift. And look at Dark of the Moon's Super Bowl spot. We got a lot of stuff in that. Optimus with the jet suit, flying through Chicago under a building, shooting stuff with his little miniguns and whatnot. So I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We spent too much time on that anyway. It's Bayformers.
Yeah, Sir Allen 500 says 30 seconds of Bay Turd. Can't wait.
Transformers 4, they're also going to be coming out with some Topps trading cards. So this is going to be, it says the third time we're going to get some trading cards. I didn't even know these things existed. But if you are into Transformer trading cards, then there you go.
Only Yu-Gi-Oh cards are like, and like Magic cards. Those are really cool too.
Then you have your comparisons. We've already talked about this guy and looked at him before, but TF4 first edition Optimus Prime, and you see the size scale. So you got MP10 Masterpiece, and what is this? Is this
The
Dark of the
Revenge of the
Moon
Fallen.
or Revenge of the Fallen? And then here's the new one. And I never liked this guy, but looking at the new one, this one actually looks kind of nice. I mean,
It looks like he's
so crappy looking.
Yeah. Those speculations on him being a Voyager are obviously out the window, but it's like he has Voyager detail, Voyager paint apps. Seeing all the chrome, I guess, breaks it up a little bit, sort of, but look at that unholy backpack on him. I mean, it just...
Yeah, I can't really see it that well on this one.
But, I mean, you can make it out for sure. I mean, do better, Hasbro. Seriously. Do a lot better.
Yeah, you can see all the crap and kibble on the back, to where this one, it's, not really a whole lot. They did a nice...
Exactly.
But looking at this now, I'm like, that doesn't actually look too bad. But
the problem is the kids. Kids want crap handed to them and done for them easier all the time. So blame the kids.
Well, I mean, it is for the kids, but
I know. I'm just saying, blame the kids.
Yeah, it does not look
and
good
blame
at all.
the parents for not wanting to help their kids figure stuff out and get smarter.
dude, my mom put all my stickers on my G1s and stuff like that.
Hey, Josh.
Boxes.
Josh.
What's up?
Omaha. Okay, let's go.
All right. Let's not do that anymore.
Dude, I'm gonna Omaha all night.
The Hero Mashers. You want something that's a little bit easier? Then here you go. These guys don't transform, so.
Are those the ones that you like? They like roll and stand up or something like that? Kind of like the Or no. Those are the ones that all the limbs come off and you can interchange them, right?
I'm not sure. I guess so. Look how stupid this looks. I mean, oh my goodness. This is obviously catered to the kids and stuff.
Wait, go
like
back
that,
to that last picture.
This one?
Yeah. The first. No. Okay, go one more over. That one. So is that supposed to? Dude, stop. Go back.
It must be like which one? The Optimus Prime?
No, not the one between Grimlock and Optimus.
The one that has drift.
All right.
That looks like Bludgeon and not Drift.
I know.
That's what I thought.
So, is that for real supposed to be Drift, or are they like sneaking a Bludgeon in on us, or there's no way that's Drift?
It just says and more. So.
Yeah.
But if you're a Starscream collector, then there's a little Starscream there.
No thanks. That's coming from a diehard Starscream collector.
All right. The other thing is this brand is called. I'm just going to say the abbreviations. It's the EJet from GAC. Basically, they are, one of those sponsors where they're paying, Michael Bay to get their car into the film. Now, they haven't said whether it's going to be an actual Transformer or if it's just going to be some car that, some, random person is driving just so that they get a little bit of screen time and, that's basically what they paid for. It's all up to Michael Bay. But if it is a Transformer, we don't know yet. The company said they'd rather it be an Autobot instead of a Decepticon, but the final choice is up to Michael Bay. Again, it might not even be a Transformer, but I don't even know who this would even be if it was.
I wonder if automakers know yet that Decepticons sell. I don't know. If I had my own car company, I'd be like, yeah, I really want this to be a Decepticon, and make them really, really awesome looking, or else no, you can't have toys of this.
It's just funny that automakers can actually have a say.
Yeah.
It's just kind of odd.
I'd like to be, here's my car, and here's a bunch of money. Please put me in the movie. There's other companies that are getting in, like computer companies and different things like that. So, product placements is basically what this is.
Yeah, and you got to remember, the Transformers movies are basically just a really long General Motors commercial anyways, so be lucky that any of you other guys are getting in there.
This is a photo that came up. I know that a lot of us are fans of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well, and these are supposedly
Pirates.
The new turtle figures. And look at Mikey. He looks more like Toxic Crusader than he does Michelangelo. If you look at that face. And this kind of gives you your first idea of what you're going to get in that live action movie. So
They look like pirates, man.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, this must be the year of the pirate, I guess. Which Black Sails, by the way, non-Transformers related, really good show. But yeah, okay,
Right now,
those are live action. I'm sorry, keep going.
go ahead.
I mean, those being live action, I mean that is not a pleasing aesthetic for me.
Well, look, there's really no articulation here either. Not that because look at the Nick Turtles. You look at the Nick Turtles. I mean, they're going for $9. They got a ton of articulation. You even step up and get into the classics. Those things are going for $20, and they got a ton of articulation. These look, I don't know. I just have in my head that these look like they're kind of like, I don't know, a little bit kind of maybe in between that size, or maybe these are classic size. I see that you got more paint detail and stuff like this. These are obviously not final.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to take some of this, detail away, like it's paint, paint on the shoelaces. Maybe that orange stripe away. Maybe the chain not colored or something like that. But how much are these going to sell for? I'm just curious, because if the classic sold for $20, and even the Bebop and Rocksteady and things like that, where they had paint detail and articulation, these guys are very limited. So
yeah, again, I
like
just
a bit
don't
of a
like the
ripoff.
aesthetic. I can't believe that's what they're going for the movie.
Yeah. All right, now getting into the exciting stuff, the third party.
That's
Also
not
have,
third party.
or not third party. That's a little bit later on, but we're getting into the good stuff that us collectors like. So usually bore you guys in the very beginning, and then we get into the good stuff towards the end. Masterpiece MP20 Wheeljack. This picture from the guy that's doing the design put this on his Twitter and showed that this little, I'm going to say launcher here, and it looks like it does pull out, and you can see like the little slots here, but he hasn't confirmed whether it will actually launch or you can just pull it out.
So far, if it launches, it looks like it may be a pressure launcher, but they can always go in and sculpt the actual portion for the spring and the trigger and all that later. But
just kind of looking back here, that looks like it's a little button.
Yeah, I will be honest though. What would have really hooked me is if they said, yeah, we're gonna repaint this into the Marlboro repaint.
Gosh, even Marlboro.
Yep.
And you put a little cigarette in there, and it's a little lighter.
Exactly.
It wouldn't surprise me, just because of 2 weeks ago, whenever we were looking at the TF4 Optimus Prime, and they did the size comparison. They actually used cigarettes as a size comparison on a toy that's catered to children. So.
Funny thing, real quick though, is speaking of cigarettes, for someone to be smoking in a movie gives it an automatic R rating. Did you guys know that?
No, because back in 80s, and everyone was smoking. Jesus, you watch Die Hard movies or even look at any of the Bruce Willis movies. You go back and you look at The Last Boy Scout. If you played a drinking game to where you had to take a shot every time that guy lit up, you would be floored in like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like he's lighting cigarettes with cigarettes.
Today, that Disney movie that Tom Hanks did. He approached the director or the producer or whatever. He was like, "Hey, look, I noticed Walt Disney smoked even in his sleep, so I was wanting to recreate that to get a closer idea of who the character was." And the guy was like, "No, because if we have you smoking, it's gonna move it from a PG-13 rating straight to an R, just for smoking." So he was like, "So the most we can have you do is just stubbing one out every scene." So. Yeah, strange. That blows my mind.
So 101 Dalmatians would be rated R because Cruella de Vil.
Unless they
crazy.
digitally enhance those to candy canes.
All right. Well, we kind of brought this up as something that me and Jaim were talking about. Man, we really hope that they come out with some type of repaint like this. Well, I think we're going to get our wish. MP18 Blue Streak is more than likely going to have a Diaclone color version, which is the blue streak. Got a little picture of it down here so you guys can see.
Funny enough, that's exactly what I was talking about for FunPub. What they should do for their BotCon, the second set of exclusives, do like Diaclone homages with MP molds, but I guess that's not gonna happen.
What do you think, James? Are you gonna get this?
Oh yeah. I hope they do that with predominantly most of the masterpiece figs. That looks fantastic. I wish I wouldn't have picked up the other one because I'd rather have this one, to be honest with you. But yeah, definitely.
And now
Looks
seeing this,
good.
it kind of makes me want to track down Tiger Track. So
I think what would be cool is actually including a little G1 blue streak in that deco with it. Be like a
this
double
guy,
win. Yeah.
Oh god. Oh
oh,
yeah.
dude, that'd be so
Yeah.
exciting.
I'd be buying like 4 or 5 of those. I mean, damn.
Yeah, I'd really like to have that guy. So
Yeah.
if the masterpiece is the only incarnation that I'm going to be able to get at this moment, then I'll definitely settle with that. And we'll bring up more of the masterpiece whenever we get into tonight's topic. All right, and Generations Wave 5 Deluxe listed RC and Chromia. Now we knew that we were going to be getting these guys in this year, but I didn't know it was going to be this early into the year. So what do you guys think about it? And what kind of style do you think they're going to go with? Are we going to get more G1? Or are we going to get some freaking motorcycle or something, or what?
If or you want to go first, James?
No, I just hope it's not gonna be another motorcycle. I want the G1 classic look. That would be so nice.
I was gonna say if I had to guess, because these deluxes are all going for that IDW push, it will without a doubt take cues from G1. IDW RC is very G1-esque, and I have a feeling if they can push RC out early enough, or at least get us some pictures early enough, everyone's either gonna cancel the Mastermind Creations RC pre-order, or think very hard about doing so.
Pre-order. So
Okay.
not really sure when that thing is going to be released, just because it hasn't even gone out for pre-order yet. But sometimes things go out for pre-order and there's like, well, we're coming out like this month, or
Yeah.
next month.
And again, seeing this picture right here, that's IDW, the look, and it's very G1. Granted, it's very updated G1, but it's still G1 nonetheless. And her character is really awesome, in my opinion. It is. So, if they do this, like that, it's bought without a doubt. But I don't think they're going to do it a motorcycle.
And Chromia is more than likely going to be, just a repaint, which is basically the same thing as Mastermind Creations is doing.
Yeah.
Probably give her I think a different head,
Probably.
maybe a different weapon or something like that. Repaint her. To be honest, since they're going to be deluxe figures, I wouldn't mind buying both of these and then also still getting the Mastermind Creation version. Just because I think that thing looks so good, and I've got separate shelves for both of those. So.
And again, though, we don't really know how good this one may or may not look, and if the Takara one could be better, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see. We know what Mastermind Creations is going to do, and we know the quality of things that they put out. And Hasbro and stuff as well. But I'm really curious to see the difference between Hasbro and Takara before I even put up a pre-order, because they already have pre-orders up at a couple of different places, and those things are people are pre-ordered a ton already, and you don't even know what it's going to look like, or you don't even know how much better the car version is going to be. So that's something that I want to see what both of them look like.
Or even if it'll be a sports car or a freaking motorcycle again.
If it's a motorcycle, then no, thank you.
Oh,
it's got to be G1 for me. We've never had, other than the
Animated.
third party. The animated, and then you also have the third-party Impossible Toys version that kind of look G1-ish. So she really deserves it. So
yeah, enough with the freaking motorcycle chicks.
Let's see. I got a quick comment. Optimus Barrett Prime states, very interested in RC, hopes she gets a good mold, which we hope so too. I mean,
And you know what? They're
No
also coming
motorcycle.
up with that Switchblade. Is it Switchblade, right? The fan
Wingblade.
Wingblade. Yeah.
Wingblade. Okay, I'm curious, because Wingblade's going to be coming out before this. I want to see what that looks like because we haven't seen any like actual photos of this is what the mold looks like. It's all been a mock-up animation. So
Yeah.
I wonder if Wingblade is going to be the same mold as RC. So maybe we'll kind of get a hint there.
I gotta be honest, man. I doubt it. Just because of reasons, I guess. I just don't see them pulling an RC out of a Wingblade. It just doesn't seem feasible.
I meant the basic body.
The basic.
The female body.
Remolding the wings or whatever.
And they'll obviously add some. I'm just talking about the general, like torso and stuff like that, and the legs. So we can kind of see that, or are they just going to go RC Prime and add pieces? Either way they're going to go one or the other way, and they're just going to add pieces and make it look semi decent, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing is we finally get to see this guy transform. I don't believe we saw him in his pterodactyl mode. In his dino mode on the last week, but we did see him in his robot mode. This is by the new third-party company, Airstrike or Bull's Fire. So another little shot of him. He's going to have the chrome wings, just like the original G1.
Wow.
And it looks like you're going to be having, the little launching missiles. So, I mean, that doesn't look too bad. And it's $200. So I guess he's going to be going for around the same price. Well, this is what someone said. Someone said on here, it was like, well, I think $200 is too much, but it still looks like a cool figure. If he's going for $200, that's probably around what the fans toy version is going to go for as well. And you might as well go that route.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, go fans toys then. I mean, don't get burned, or don't even have the potential of getting burned. Go fans toys.
Right, next thing is Warbatron, Burst, I'm sorry. Basically blast off.
Airbus.
Airburst. What do you guys think about this? I like this mode. He's got a couple of different modes here in his shuttle. So one that looks a little G1-ish. And then he's got like some crazy wing mode.
Yeah, I like it. Personally, I think it looks really good.
And there's the like crazy wing version or whatever. You know what? When I saw this, I was like, I think I'm selling my Fans Project Bruticus now.
Yeah.
Especially a lot of people are doing that.
This one's going to be bigger. It's going to be much bigger than the Fans Project one, which in my opinion, Bruticus needs to be bigger than Minosaur. Fans Project Minosaur is the perfect representation of Minosaur we'll ever get until Hasbro hires back all the people that they fired or quit. And this is how Bruticus should be, in my opinion. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as we get off here, I'm putting all these things on pre-order. I think I've pretty much convinced myself over the week that this is.
How much you selling your Bruticus for?
I'm not sure. The only problem with it is Onslaught. I can glue his head back on, but I'd rather be like, look, I'm not gluing it on. His Onslaught's head broke off. So I mean, if you're just putting it into its Bruticus mode, then it's not really, I guess, that big of a difference. But got all the boxes for it, and it's the G1 color scheme version.
Yeah.
So it's the one that everybody wants. So I mean, that's the only thing wrong with it. Other than that, all the figures have been transformed 3 times, and then it's just been put on the shelf.
Yeah.
Wow.
All those little weapons, man, that's really cool.
So these guys are going to be released, what, a month apart, or are they 2 months?
You're getting 2 figures in 1 month, 2 figures in the next, and then like I think Onslaught and the third.
So we get it really quickly. That's cool.
Yeah,
definitely tempted.
There's a little box art. It kind of even has that Fans Project kind of feel to it.
It also kind of takes cues from honestly TFC. I know Jay's probably like banging his head against the wall right now because I said that, but they seem to take cues from, I guess, a little bit of both. Real curious to see the quality on these guys.
Yeah, that's what my main concern would be, is the quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're priced, accordingly to their size, I guess. What were the limbs were like 80, $90 each or
Yeah,
something
they're
like
like
that.
$89 or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and then Onslaught was 110 or something like that.
Yeah, you're
So
probably looking like maybe like 110, 120 or something like that.
yeah, so roughly $500, give or take. So
That's about
not bad.
about average.
Yeah, especially for something so big, not bad, not bad at all.
All right, we took a look at this. Don't remember if it was last week or the week before, but Make Toys, they're doing their little MCB 002 Mega City Bot Series Armageddon. So I got quite a few pictures of this, and I'll just kind of scan through those.
And this is a perfect time for me to plug that I'm selling my Make Toys Battle Tanker, so complete your sets.
You can see all the little pieces over here that it's going to be coming with.
I love to see a company doing add-on sets. I mean, Make Toys is pretty consistent with that. Granted, with Hypernova and their Nemesis, whatever. They made a brand new core bots for those, so they're pretty much 100% original figures. But glad to see they're still not giving up on add-ons.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really that impressed with this add-on kit. I have the fig, but I don't know if I'd even pick this up. I think I'll just get or look at that new third-party Omega that's coming out.
I was also going to say, you have the Planet X Omega Supreme, don't you?
Yep.
That probably, I mean, that to me would kind of have something to do with it, because that's a really impressive Omega Supreme.
Yeah.
As it is, but definitely.
All right, and Fans Project, or FP Core, which is basically, Fans Project, Groundhammer, backstory, fiction on Recoiler, and Rift Shot. And there's a little look at these guys. I'm not going to go over the backstory, but who do you think these guys are? I was thinking, was it Twin Twist and...
Topspin.
No. A lot of people are thinking Rack and Ruin.
Or, maybe.
In my opinion, they're just too big, and they're straight remolds of...
How do you know they're too big? You don't even have anything to compare them to. What are you comparing them to?
The comic, no, dude, the comic preview, they looked about the same size as Roadbuster, and they looked to be straight up remolds of Roadbuster at that. So...
Well, we'll see. I mean, this is just, drawn on image here. And it's basically just kind of going over the bio. So if you're interested in that, I found that at T-Formers. Yeah. And you can go read that. Should be on the first page. I guess it really depends on when you watch this.
And again, since Mech Ideas 2 Demolition Crew guys are still pretty much, they're still up for sale in some places. I just don't see that being a good idea to compete.
Well, you don't even know what they're going to look like yet. But speaking of Mecha Ideas...
They're green. I do. Okay.
Speaking of Mecha Ideas, you're going to get your animated series versions of Huffer and Pipes. So you can see their little designs right here, and there's that. What you think about that, Dakota?
Wow.
Mecha Idea fan number one.
I don't collect animated. For an animated aesthetic, I think it looks pretty good, but I don't collect animated. And they also said they were going to keep their kind of G1 aesthetics releases sort of going. So I'm really looking forward to that, especially, if they can maybe get us an Iron Fist or an Impactor or something like that.
I think these are hilarious looking, because you could paint this guy red and this one green, and it kind of be like a Mario and Luigi Transformers. But
they'll probably do that for TFCon.
That's gotta be, because they did Mecha Ideas last year.
Yeah, and the G2
gotta be something like that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Right, and from Guilty, here you have the punishment set. So you're going to be getting MP17, MP18, the little rocket launchers, and this little kind of little headset thing.
Didn't
show those to you real quick.
Didn't Dr. Wu do these? Is that even Dr. Wu's designs, or did they just remold the exclusive launchers?
No, there's like four. I forget. There's like 4 or 5 different companies coming out with these things.
But
So
this is that
before and
fine
after.
company, right?
Yeah, but you
Dude, I no respect for them. I have absolutely no respect.
you say that
I'm
every time,
I'm about
but from
95%
what
sure
I've
they stole
heard
that from
is
someone.
they've stole the first 2 designs from someone, and then after that they haven't done it anymore.
That
So,
doesn't make I mean, that doesn't make it any
um,
better.
well, how are you even ripping off when there's 5 other people coming out with this thing?
I'm
So
not saying ripping off. I'm saying like strictly stealing someone's either Shapeways idea or, or something. That's pathetic, dude. Absolutely
well,
pathetic.
wouldn't everybody be? I mean, before and after, aren't they also stealing from? And Doctor Wu, they're also stealing from Dakota
No,
because Dakara's the
you're
one
not
that
getting
came
what
out
I'm
with it.
saying. They are like 100% physically stealing someone else's work that was put up on Shapeways. They're buying it, remolding it, and painting it for their own.
You know they did
Um,
that for this set right here.
that's no worse than a KO company, honestly.
But
But
if
the
you can,
fact of the matter is, they're
this is
knockoffing
oh my
fans
God,
trying to
you
make a little bit
suck.
of money.
James,
Yeah.
try to reach this guy, okay? I've heard that they did that with the first 2 things they ever came out with, but after that, because of the uproar, they quit doing it. So, and it's hard to just get onto this company for coming out with rocket launchers when Dakara,
That's You're
uh,
missing my point.
the Found Me
You're missing.
Guilty, Doctor Wu, before and after, and maybe some other company, they've all come out with this,
That's the thing.
these
You're
little
you're
rocket
missing. I'm
launchers.
not. I'm not complaining that they're coming out with rocket launchers. I'm complaining that there's a probable, like I'd say, 90% chance that they stole it from a fan who designed it, just like they did their first 2 releases. I mean, they can
Well,
say they're not stealing it
okay,
all
but
they want.
before we
But
say anything like that, let's find proof.
should they just go out of business because of that? I mean,
I,
when
I
would they
mean, are
ever
you
be
gonna
able
hold
to?
what they
Stole their
did in the
first
very
2 releases. I have no respect. I don't care if they're doing it anymore or
okay,
not. They still
okay,
did
but
it.
I'm giving people options here. I'm like, there's other options
Dude,
out
I
there.
totally understand, but I also want people to know, like, look, these guys stole from fans.
Okay,
Essentially.
when they started off, okay, let's straight. Let's talk about facts. When they first started off, the first 2 things they came out with, they ripped off of fans, right? So those are facts.
Blatantly.
Okay, so since then they haven't. So there you go. There's facts.
That's the thing. Like that's for me. That's all beside the point. Just because they did it those first 2 times, they're trash to me. They're absolute trash.
Okay, well, I mean that's an opinion. So
Okay. Well, let's move on then.
yeah, I'm saying like I like to talk about facts. That's why we don't ever get into Bayformers like rumors and stuff like that. Just because I like to keep everything to facts and what we can actually prove. Now this is some guy on here. It's storytelleric.tumblr.com/page/2, or I'm sure you can just look up Mastermind Creations Terminus Hexatron fan modes. And this guy's come out with a few different modes that I maybe he's come up with on his own, or other people have kind of come up with, but he's put them all in one location, and some of them look kind of cool. So that if you do own this Hexatron figure like myself, then this is some different things that you can try out. So whatever that thing is, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, what is that supposed to be?
This spaceship mode. This is some spaceship mode. This is another spaceship mode. Oh, that looks like something from Star Trek.
Seeing the pattern.
That one doesn't look too bad. That's another spaceship mode.
So you just flipped up one thing and call it a different mode. I'll pop this down, pop this down. That's a different mode.
There's another spaceship mode.
Jeez.
Here's
5,000 spaceships.
Here's the Ed 209 mode.
Nice.
I don't know if that's what he's calling it, but that's what. He said his mecha mode. This one here, what's he calling this one? Alternate tank mode.
That's not too bad.
See, it looks like a bad.
And well, this one's pretty easy. I mean, everyone probably did that one with the wolf head and claws and stuff.
Okay.
And this is slight retooling of the APC mode. I was like, I think that one's already existing. And this is the boat mode. It's a little funny with the handle sticking out there at the back, but whatever.
Eh,
There you go.
Speedboat or something. That's the spoiler. It makes it go fast.
All right, so now getting to the BotCon stuff. Dakota, why don't you go ahead and take it away, man?
So earlier this week, FunPub finally put up the teaser for the next club magazine, which will be the first one for this year, and it is going to be Pirates versus Knights as far as BotCon themes go. And there's supposed to be like a prologue story that they were going to come out with, and they're going to reveal Cannonball, what mold he's going to be from in this magazine as well. But really, really excited because there was a lot of speculation as was it going to be Cybertron Cannonball and his group of pirates, so Decepticons basically, and a lot of people were saying zombies or ninjas or something really lame. But I'm glad they went with knights, and I'm really happy that they went with Star Seekers as the pirates.
Ninjas are lame.
Dude, pirates versus ninjas. I mean, dude, what are we in? 2003? Wasn't aware that was still an internet thing. But again, going back to it being Star Seekers, something I'm really kind of weird about is. Are you okay? You need to laugh a little bit more.
Go ahead.
Okay. The Star Seekers, basically Cannonball is their captain, which anyone who really knows, I mean, Thundertron's really their captain. So, curious as to if Thundertron would make an appearance in this. That this must obviously be set before Thundertron joined and I guess took over or whatever he did. And the Knights, a lot of speculation that it's going to be actually the Knights of Cybertron. So really cool stuff there. A lot of potential possibilities, and PETA said that just because it's pirates and knights doesn't mean that all the figures are going to look like peg-legged, hook-handed pirates and armored up knights or whatever. It's going to be broad, so you're going to get. I believe they even confirmed that there would probably be a Diaclone repaint of a figure in this, just a small homage. They've got a lot of stuff kind of prepared for it, but we won't know obviously until the time has come. So that's about all I have. Also, Pete did confirm that it's going to be a 5 pirates, 5 knights for the entirety of the set. So that's box set and souvenirs. 5 pirates, 5 knights. Troop builder pirate pack, which makes sense because there's going to be more people on a pirate ship than there are on I guess Cybertronian horseback. I don't know. And a Decepticon who may or may not be a pirate as well. And then I guess we can look forward to custom class figure, which leads me to believe that the box set's going to be a 5-figure box set. So I can only hope that they're not going to split factions like they did last year and do something kind of like they did in 2011, either put pirates in the box set or knights. So there is that.
I think the emblems look cool.
Yeah. Really. I mean, I dig it. I like what they did with the Autobot symbol to make them knights. And I really like, that again, it's Star Seekers. So both their characters are groups or factions that haven't been fleshed out. And again, that doesn't even mean it's going to be the Knights of Cybertron. It's just speculation, but it makes sense. So those are 2 groups that just have not been elaborated on in any sort of fiction. So,
All right, Jaim, you got anything?
No, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm just waiting. I mean, I don't know a ton about the pirates and knights and so forth, but I'm just, I'm interested in it. I mean, it got my ears perked up, even though ninjas would have been cool, but I don't mind the knights. It's pretty cool. So
I would have liked samurai. Someone brought up samurai, and that would have been a really, really cool idea too.
Great shot.
All right, last thing is the caption photo, and I forgot which episode this was from, but it was basically whenever they were getting this. Yeah, they were getting the Stunticons together, and Steve Chamberlain, Sir Alan, says, "Your wheels are going to crumble, when you're teabagged by Rumble.
Nice.
All right, so there we go. All right, now, you guys have anything before we get into tonight's topic? Anything else? No?
I don't.
All right, so tonight's topic is the cost of being a Transformers fan. So, Jaim, why don't you go ahead? You came up with this topic for us. Why don't you go ahead and start us off and, just put us in a direction, man.
Well, the cost of being a Transformers fan is not cheap. I mean, if you look at the stuff that's out now, and if you're a G1 collector like me and Josh, you're collecting the old school stuff, so that's going to cost a lot of money. And then you throw in the third-party stuff, which is absolutely, fantastic, but also is extremely expensive. It's kind of just wondering, how much, do you put in your budget to try and keep, your Transformer collecting habits alive in a way, and be satisfied with everything that's out there, because we're looking at 30 years of Transformers. That includes Generations 1 all the way to, Beast Hunters, and it's a lot of stuff, and can be expensive too. So, how much do you guys, I know, Dakota, you buy BotCon stuff, and that's not cheap.
Don't remind me.
And I mean, it takes a significant toll, on your budget. So, when do you feel that it's enough is enough?
As soon as I have everything. But no, honestly, because I collect just a handful of things, Wreckers, BotCon, Beast Wars. BotCon obviously is what's going to be the most expensive, which is why I'm trying to get most of that knocked out of the way. Granted, there are a lot of the Japanese Beast Wars that aren't too cheap either. So, it's like, it seems like a constant uphill struggle, especially with, club exclusives that I may or may not want. Luckily, I got off really lucky this year. There was only one of the subscription service figures that I wanted, and just the Rampage and the Transmutate. So I didn't have to really sink another $300 and something into getting 6, 7, however many figures they're coming out with for the second subscription service. But and Wreckers, there's it was going strong for a while, but they've kind of slacked off on releasing those. So now it's just building previous year's BotCons and Beast Wars when I can find them at good prices. I've gotten, for the most part, I would say I've got the most expensive of the BotCon figures out of the way. Maybe 2008, but I'm pretty sure the 06 stuff is running just slightly more than the 2008 stuff as a whole.
Yeah, definitely.
So, it's again, just such an uphill struggle. I've still, looking at it now, I've still got thousands to spend before I'm complete, on top with any classics updates of Beast Wars or Wreckers that they continue to come out with, both Hasbro, third party, and even Masterpiece, because I will want to collect Masterpiece Wreckers. Why not?
Yeah.
And that kind of brings me to, I'm going to talk about Masterpiece here in a second, but, like James said, we're kind of the same collector, and we also collect other things, like, I got some NECA stuff, some Star Wars, some Turtles, and, Captain Power and things like that. So there's some other lines that I like, but it's just, to kind of focus it on Transformers. The best thing to do is, make sure I would start with one line, because I kind of started collecting about almost 2 years ago, and I was just kind of buying. I knew I wanted G1, but I would see some Prime figures. I'd buy a few of those if I saw them. Some Creos. I would buy some Generations figures, and just kind of a little bit of everything. And then started Masterpiece and third party stuff, and I saw how expensive it was getting. And that whenever I was buying those, some Generations or, Prime figures and things like that, that I wasn't like, the excitement level was not there whenever I would get in something that, like that for, whenever I would get something in that was like G1 or Masterpiece or third party or something like that. That would be the stuff that I could not wait for it to get to my door, and I was excited to get it. So I would say kind of focus your concentration on one or maybe two lines or something like that, and find out why you want to collect. Do you like Dakota has a couple character specific shelves that is Starscream and Rodimus. So if you're just a huge Starscream fan, go out there and buy all your Starscreams. If every one of them, because you're a huge fan of the character, and every one of them's going to make you happy. Or if you're a G1 collector, maybe you don't get into the Prime or the Beast Hunters and whatever new stuff that they come out with. Maybe you only stick with that particular line. But if you're a new collector, and let's say you don't really have a lot of money, let's say maybe you can put back $100 a month. Still, that's a nice little chunk of change right there. But you want the best bang for buck and only $100 a month. I would say the Masterpiece line,
without a doubt,
because you're going to be able to get that, especially if you're a G1 fan and you're just kind of now getting into it. It's hard to track down these G1s. I mean, they're extremely expensive, but you're going to get the G1 design and that feel and that care put into making that figure, and the transformations are genius, and all the little some of the accessories that they come with, the detail, it's just awesome. And you're going to be able to get those if they're Takara releases, smaller figures, for like $80. So you got $20 to put aside to, for whenever you get one of those bigger guy releases, like a, Takara, Ultra Magnus or something like that. Or Grimlock or Soundwave or something like that. And you're also going to get some of your larger figures that are going to get Hasbro releases, like your Acid Storm, Thundercracker, and Soundwave. So you'll be able to jump on those. But if you reserve $100 a month, because you're not getting a figure per month, they usually do the smaller ones, like they come out with the Dotsons, like Bam Bam Bam, one every month, and then they'll kind of skip a month, and then they'll do one of the big name releases, like one of the larger figures. That's going to cost you a little bit more. And if you put that little extra money to the side that you're not spending, then you can walk away with a year buying every single Masterpiece release, more than likely, minus probably Diaclone repaints or something like that. But you can buy every single one for the year, and I think that's a really great way to go.
And again, you saying that how they do skip months, and even in the months that they don't skip, it's likely that it's one of those weird kind of Diaclone repaints or something like that. That not only gives you money to, like you said, put back for a bigger Masterpiece release, but also to maybe backtrack some previous Masterpiece releases.
Yeah, like the re-release of the MP11 Starscream. I'm able to get that now, and it's supposed to be this month when it comes in. That's one that I didn't have, and now I can get that for kind of a retailish price. I mean, it's not going to be extremely expensive. It's going to be under $200. So
yeah. And just another thing, when it comes to trying to find out who you are as a collector, because I was collecting Generations, Beast Wars, BotCon, everything, and I do collect other lines besides Transformers, as does Jaim, and obviously as does you too, Josh. But luckily it's like McFarlane toys, like Assassin's Creed and Halo stuff. So there's, just kind of retail stuff that I can go to the store and get if I want it. I've gotten to where now I'm buying everything online, because when Generations releases are coming out, I'm starting to get to where I'm wanting to buy a Takara version over a Hasbro version. Granted, like Springer and Sandstorm, those were great, but Rhinox, Waspinator, the Starscream, the Armada Starscream, those are all like, okay, I'm going to buy Takara. And then, and again, I'm a faction, I'm a team builder. So, with Planet X doing the Dinobots, I want a complete set of Ball of Cybertron Dinobots, or, they'll be like my Lightning Strike Force Coalition. So essentially the same thing, but that would be really awesome to have them in the same aesthetic on one shelf. But those are just kind of like my habits, I guess. I also collect Robots in Disguise or Car Robots from 2000. Not a whole lot to complete there. So maybe if you're starting out collecting and you want to collect a full line, or at least a full line of show characters, definitely do Robots in Disguise or Car Robots from 2000. Very few figures to get. and for the most part aren't really too expensive until you get to like Brave Maximus. But even still, like you're getting a Fort Max out of the deal, just in a different color scheme. So
Yeah.
but that's that is also another thing. Don't just whatever you do, don't get the BotCon itch because it will hurt. That's
Tell me about
very
it.
painful. Oh, dude, I mean,
Well, also to kind of add to that is, I don't know if you, I feel like I want to get all the G1s just because I know I'm gonna like all of them. Like I even like the little throttle bots, as stupid as they are. I like them. So and just because I had these things as a kid, so there's a nostalgia thing there for me. But I don't know if I would like collect a line just to collect it, because I feel like if you're spending your money and you're just buying things just so you can complete it and you're not even happy with it, I think that's whenever people start to get a little, like I think I'm going to take a break, or I'm getting a little bogged down, or I'm not that happy about it anymore. And you know what I'm talking about? Because that's something that Chris mentioned a while back. Have you ever got the, I kind of want to quit collecting, bug or itch? And I think that's what kind of does is whenever people start collecting just to complete, versus hey, I enjoy, I know I'm going to love every single figure that I buy.
Yeah, and again, I didn't really mean it to come off as completing a line. Just as someone who may have watched Transformers as a kid and may want to collect the toys, but obviously there's so much stuff out there to start from. Definitely, I always recommend to cherry pick it first. Get something that's out at retail now. Get a couple of the older classics. Get some, like I said, car robots. If Beast Formers aren't your thing, that's purely aesthetic. So you could even totally skip that line if you don't care for Transformers that turn into organic or techno-organic or metal-looking beasts. You could just pass all that up. But definitely cherry pick. See if you can get like, okay, I want to get a couple of movie figures. See how well they're made. I want to get a couple of the car robots figures. See how well they're made. Maybe if you're foolish, I want to get a couple of the BotCon figures because they're limited and I want to see how they're made. And the same with third parties. Maybe I want to get a third party figure to see what all the fuss is about.
Definitely.
And just kind of gauge it on that. Obviously third parties is a little bit wider of a spectrum. You're not going to get the same end result with each company. But again, that's what research and other people buying these is there for. So, but that's my recommendation is, cherry pick, see what you like the most, and then stick with that. If you like multiple things quite a bit, then okay, if you can budget it, do that.
Well, yeah, for like me, being a G1, I first started collecting G1 because I grew up with it. I mean, it's probably going to be, whatever you grew up with, if you grew up with Armada, you're going to have that passion, that tendency to want to gravitate towards Armada, which is good. I mean, all the generation, figs out there, not saying generations, but like G1 to Prime, Beast Hunters, if it makes you happy, collect it. I'm never going to promote G1's always going to be better, instead of like Beast Wars, or BotCon, all that kind of stuff. I mean, if it makes you happy, do it. But, it can get really expensive if you don't know what you kind of want to get into. If you're going with Generation 1, pick up reissues. I wouldn't pick up, the old school stuff that was actually released back in the day. I'd pick up a couple of reissues because you can get them. The Encores are fairly inexpensive, and then go towards that. Watch the series. Most of these you can all see on YouTube or on the internet. The Masterpiece line is definitely a great line to pick up, especially if you're in the G1, but you want that chug kind of feel of aesthetics of like posability. You kind of get the best of both worlds in my eyes.
Yeah.
And don't be like me. I collect not just Transformers. I collect G.I. Joe. I collect old 80s toys. I collect comics, sports cards, Dragon Ball Z, anime, Brave toys. My wife's gonna kick me out of the house soon because I collect too much crap, or I need to go get a job. But it's it's difficult and it adds up real quickly. I was talking to Dakota yesterday about I signed up for the Transformers Club and getting in that Protoform X and so forth, and I really wanted to pick up that depth charge, but I ran out of money for the week because I bought some other stuff, and it's just like you always find something else that's like, wow, that's really cool, and I forgot about that. Now I have to like throw that into the next budget or do this or that, but then sometimes you'll see something else that pops up, and it takes a lot of determination and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's hard, very hard.
Also, Jaim, you have a lot of the Brave figures.
Tell me about it.
Maybe someone was just wanting to get into Braves. They're already into Transformers, or they're like, what's a good line to step into? I'm gonna say Gold of Goldran. The Goldran series. Just every one of those figures is pretty awesome.
They're awesome, but
Or
you had problems with trying to find Leon Kaiser. That's the only issue I'd say to get into the Brave. Find a line that you can get the figs, or have patience, because Grey Goldran is one of the top Brave figs out there. But it took you a while to find Leon Kaiser. I was lucky enough to buy him with my Goldran, and then I just needed to get Sorkagi, and I had Grey Goldran. But definitely it is a great series to collect, but Brave, I mean, you have to have patience to get all these other guys to form, like, their super mode or their,
There's a lot of people on eBay that will have those things marked up. They'll be the only one, and they'll have it like marked up like super expensive, and that doesn't mean that that's what it normally goes for.
Yeah, definitely. They're not G1 priced figs in a way. Brave toys are good, but I wouldn't be paying $200, $300, $400 for these guys. I mean, they're cool looking and they look great, but especially if you're paying that much for a Sonocon version, I wouldn't be. You can just wait it out, and you'll find a good deal, and you'll get the piece that you want.
And that kind of brings up another point. We were talking, before we went live, is whenever you're looking for things on eBay, and Dakota mentioned it as well, is you need to kind of do some research. Especially if you're getting into collecting, or you're wanting to, let's say, you grew up and our motto was your line, and now you're like, what, let me start to maybe kind of pick up a few of these G1s, and see what it's all about, see if it's something that you like, and you want to, feel the quality, of some of these figures, with the die cast and, the painted parts and the rubber wheels and, all that, good stuff that they came with.
Chrome.
Say you're wanting to get, and chrome. Say you want to get into that. You need to do your research, because there are so many knockoffs out there, and we were talking about there needs to be something on eBay to where, like, if I'm scanning through something, I can hit like flag this guy because he's like, it's a reissue Mitten Box Sunstreaker or something like that. Well, that's absolutely impossible, considering that he's never been reissued. Or this is a reissue Wheeljack or something like that. There's tons of knockoffs. There's box set knockoffs.
Something that a mold no longer exists for.
Yeah. The term reissue, die clone, is used too much on eBay. It's used, you have to be very careful.
Because there are those people saying that...
Diaclone Galvatron original.
Then they were talking about the Saurus. They were like... talking about the Brave figure one. What's his name?
Red Geist.
Yeah, Red Geist. And they were saying this is the Diaclone, the source from the Victory line. And it's like, what? He was not a Diaclone. So, they were done with Diaclones after, pretty much season 2. Or I've seen Diaclone Omega Supremes when that was a toy box figure. So, even Diaclone Skylinks, that was toy boxes as well. You really need to do your research and know exactly what's out there. And maybe I'll start that series back up, spotting knockoffs and stuff like that. Maybe I'll get you guys on there with me as well. But maybe we can do that. I don't know. Sometime this week or next week, we'll talk about it more. But James, you were talking about, people will take original figs and put them in a KO box and stuff like that as well.
I've seen that on eBay now too. It's like, I understand if you're a mint in box collector and some of the boxes back in the day are trashed or people want a lot of money for them. A lot of people are going towards that KO box, which is cool, but beware on eBay that you'll have people on there that'll state it's a KO box, but the inside are all authentic pieces. I've seen that a lot. If it's a KO box, most likely the inside contains KO, toys and stuff. So I really don't care for people that do that. It's like their way of saying, well, I said it's a KO, and but I got you in there because I said it's an authentic toy. But then when you get it, you find out it's a knockoff completely. It's just,
Yeah, unless you don't know what you're looking for, then you're never going to know.
Yeah, and the quality is right up there. I mean, you look at the combiner sets that are out there now: Abominus, Computron, Defensor, Menasor.
I've seen a few of the Dollar General Leo Kaisers or whatever that someone knocked off in Raiden. Obviously it's not the Leo Kaiser colors or anything, but the quality isn't that terrible, to be totally honest.
Some of them are pretty, like Scorponok, he's been knocked off. I mean, the quality, unless you look for those certain like screw holes here, or the certain mold is tweaked, in his legs and all this other type of stuff, you wouldn't know. And you're going to be out like $300-400, and because someone stated this is mint in box, never been touched. It's like, no, just don't get screwed, basically.
We need to do a whole different, just a little hangout, and like where we could just go through and be like, okay, looking on eBay and screen sharing and just be like, this is knockoff, or even give tips again, because I know we did it on one Cybercast, but I don't even remember when it was. And
that is something that's so awesome about being a Beast Wars RID BotCon collector. There are knockoffs of BotCon figures, but not as many as you would think. And most of them are just plain as clear as day to spot. But as far as Beast Wars go, like there were some like I said earlier, like Family Dollar knockoffs of some Beast Wars molds way back in the 90s when they were coming out. Not so much anymore. So it's like that's another I guess plus to collecting those particular lines. But again, it's just knockoffs come in a lot of different shapes and sizes, and there were quite a few knockoffs, like I said, of Beast Wars. But it's so easily to tell what is and what isn't. But between those.
And there's knockoff masterpiece now too. So I mean,
yeah. Oh, that's.
And some people say the quality's fine on them. It just my whole thing is
it's unofficial.
You got to know whether you're buying it or not. If you're going in, you're buying a knockoff, and you're cool with that, and it's priced that way, then go that way if you want to. But if you're going into it thinking that this is an official and it's actually a knockoff, that's when I said it before that that's where I kind of have a problem with it.
Yeah. Also, kind of getting back to just collecting, like you're never really done collecting either. As long as Hasbro or people who want to steal Hasbro's...
she might have something to say about that. But.
Yeah. Well, you're never done wanting to collect then, I guess. But as long as Hasbro is still a company that makes toys, and as long as third parties are still out there willing to make toys that infringe on Hasbro's IP, even if Hasbro goes bankrupt, I'm still 100% positive that the third-party market will still be there, because there's going to be so much left to just make up for. It's you're never going to be done. You're really not, until you decide, like, okay, look, I've got basically the core of what I want to get, and I'm good.
All right, let me
off this late in the game. Just one more thing. Another thing, starting off this late in the game. Playing catch up, it's hectic, absolutely hectic.
Yeah.
Reading off the comments real quick. Optimus Spirit Prime, what a dumb move to make Swoop. Fans Toys, they've already made one themselves that we know, and it's going to be unmatched. Dalton, I really want to get my hands on the Warbotron Combaticons, Optimus Spirit Prime, yes. Commence Operation Bruticus Baby. I've been waiting so damn long for this. You have no idea. He's my favorite combiner.
Real quick, that last Optimus Barrett Prime comment, I've been waiting all my life. All I could think of was do 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 do, and you know.
All right.
Come on, dude. You
Robbie
really
Rep says cool.
Phil, whatever. You know what? You have no taste in anything, Josh. I just want you to know that.
Optimus Spirit Prime says
absolutely
the
zero
Omega upgrade rocks. They'll only have the Energon mold, so maybe they'll come out with that. On the fence with Planet X Omega, and he's curious to see what the other third-party Omega Supreme looks like. Saw the fan modes for Hexatron. In my opinion, they're really darn cool. Well, some of them. Robbie Reap, I've got all the Beast Hunter figures in Transformer Prime. Man, there's quite a few of those things. So, awesome,
yeah,
dude.
they really just started shelling them out when Beast Hunter started. They just popping out new mold. Very few repaints actually.
LOL at the caption, Optimus Spirit Prime. He also says the cost to me is a fair penny. 1, price, not cheap at all. 2, judgment. A lot of people will judge you because they don't understand. 3, obsession. I know of a guy that let his collection rule his life, and ultimately it ended his marriage, job, and kids. So the conclusion is that be aware what you're getting yourself into. All right, well...
Present your family with a contract. Okay, so I'm a Transformer collector. You just sign on the dotted line. You accept the terms of the agreement, and we'll just cohabitate now.
Yep.
And IDDYL, next review, can we please see a headshot? Oh, that's for something else. Okay.
What?
I'm trying to figure out that whole new comment section. It just has all the comments, but then you have to read the small print of which video it actually goes to. Do you guys have anything else on that? I mean, I think after we put the 2 videos together, it might be around an hour and a half. So it's about what we've been keeping them. Plus, gives an hour and a half to get ready for Aftercast-a-thon.
Yep. I don't know what the subtitle's going to be this episode either, but I'll think it up last minute like I always do.
Cool.
Oh, and Jaim, you said for the thumbnail for this Cybercast, we should do the Galvatron one.
Galvatron, no. Was it Galvatron? I thought it was
the Soundwave.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that one. Yes, the hand holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one where there's Optimus, and this is I think I'm gonna do this for wherever it's at.
The nursery one. Is that what
Yeah, it doesn't blow up very big, but it's got Optimus, Bumblebee playing blocks, and it's got a little Unicron ball on the ground, and then it's got a crib with Ravage, Starscream, and Megatron in diapers, and it's got Megatron. He's got a little cork with a string attached to it, and it's cannon. Let's take that one for episode 52. So pretty cool. They're all on my Facebook page, so if you want to go follow there, it's the G1 Hexatron, and it's been on the title for the whole time. So obviously you guys have seen it. Anything else, guys, before we end this?
Nope. If anybody, real quick, I don't think I've really even been mentioning it these last couple of weeks. If anyone wants to join the Aftercast-a-thon, message me. It's open to anyone, so if you want to join in, even if you want to join in while it's in there, I'll get a link out to you so you can join. So
just message him on YouTube, Primal Sabbath, all one word.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Cool.
All right, thanks a lot, guys, and thanks for you guys joining us live. And sorry about the complications that we had there in the very beginning, but we eventually got everything worked out. So video form will be up shortly, and talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Cool. See ya.